Okay, my beautifuls, Ophiuchus, Starseeds, okay, Twin Flames, those that are ascending, those that are here on a very spiritual path. This message, if it resonates, is for you. For those of you that are new, I do channel. Okay, I get messages from spirits via inner knowing. It's like they write to my hard drive, and then it is gone. So if I do a reading and you're like, oh my gosh, remember when you said this the other day? I'm gonna say no, because that wasn't me. That was not me telling you that the other day. That was spiritual guidance, and I was just speaking it into the world. Okay, so I was told to come in here and talk to you about the energy of your ruling planet, okay, Chiron, and the role that Neptune is playing with it right now. And in truth, okay, it is your technical ruling planet. It is not your master and commander, okay? It is not your guardian angel. It is not your higher self. It just is like your, it's almost like what they're showing me. It's like, this was your map, your like guidebook, okay? Like, not even guidebook. They're like your instruction manual. Okay, they were like, all right, Ophiuchus, okay? You're gonna go down here, and this is what we decided between you and I, and let's go through, right? Let's go through and let's just clarify these points before you go, okay? And you knew what you were getting into. You knew that there were things that you were gonna really have to work on in this lifetime. For some of you, it's because you were like, man, I'm just done, right? Let's get this Earth school finished, okay? It's like, man, like you're right, my daughter like was talking about graduating early, and I'm like, please don't. Please stay for one last year, right? But some of you are like, no, I want to graduate early, please. Okay? And so they brought to me the fixed star. It is Alpha, I think it's Ophiuchi or something like that, but it is Ralheg, I think is how you say it. And it's kind of a secret star because it's a fixed star, but if you look at a lot of the information out there, like nobody talks about this fixed star. And it's a sapphire star, of course, the blue rays, right? But it's very aligned to Marfiq, okay, which is the fixed star in Sagittarius, very aligned to Saturn and Venus, secret friends, right? Secret friends, secret lovers. Now, they brought to me this word in Hebrew, and I'm not even going to try to say what it's supposed to be. It's just O-I-N. And they told me that it means alas, but not in the traditional, right? Where the traditional alas is like, oh darn, right? Not for me. No, what they were showing me is, they said this is not traditional. They were showing me old forest, okay? They were showing me this energy of it as, right, like from this Indonesian, Polynesian sort of an energy of Atlantean energy, Lemuria, creating heaven on earth sort of an energy. And they said that they brought in the word Hellas, okay, as an alternative of being obsolete, okay? And it's obsolete in the verb of allowance, okay? So how many of us have become obsolete in our allowance, right? Allowance, now they're telling me to go backwards here for a minute, okay? So the allowance here, I've written it down and I'll tell you in 1 second. Okay, they're telling me the allowance is that, okay, again, you are a drop, right? A drop of the ocean. And the allowance is to recognize that your higher consciousness of creation, there's an awareness of it being above time and outside of time and outside of this realm. And that energy, right, is coming through your soul to animate time, okay, and to offer you the ability of seeing through the cosmos, of having that awareness that all things have been created and yet nothing has been created, and then to form all of that into physical reality, right, through the zodiac, through the planets, through your houses, right? And so it's important that we try to remember that. And they brought me, right, they said that this word in Spanish, very ancient Spanish language, means ace, okay? So this role that this fixed hidden star is taking on between these two secret friends, and those secret friends could be you and your soul purpose, doesn't have to be you and another person, okay, is the aces. And then they took me to my ancestors, okay, where I have a small amount of finish in my ancestors, and they said it's about the downloads, okay, it's about what's coming to you from us, okay, within DNA, within inner knowing, okay, within intuition, within that conscious awareness, okay. So they had me pull some cards. So we're going to start, okay. Right now you're dealing with an undefined sacral, okay. And so you are absorbing and magnifying all of this energy around you, and it's amplifying, okay, within you and in the people that you are, people, places, things that you are pulling into your life, okay. And they're saying that this is not helpful. You need to set some boundaries with your sacral energy, okay. You may be having problems in your energy field, in that sensual energy. I feel like that's probably why Spirit has had me start doing in Patreon more of that sensual tarot, okay, that tantric tarot, so to speak. This is about moving your motor skills, right, your inner motor skills, not your, like, oh, I can draw, no, your inner gears, okay, in a way that you're clearing out energies, because they're saying here, okay, that your fire is about to be lit, okay, and if you're not in the position to flip on, and you are dealing with that energy cycle where you really should be flipped off, it's going to cause you, right, a blockage, and you could overheat yourself. Again, the ancestors are coming in here, okay? They have encoded us with our own tribal, like, circuitry, our own ego primal brain that we are dealing with. And they're saying here, okay, the encoding they've given us is to focus on support, okay, the support of what we needed to get done. But what's happening here is that we become codependent, and we need to release that codependence of relationships within our community and within our tribe, right? We need to disconnect ourselves from the aspect of my relationship with me has to do with my relationship with you, especially in terms of where we've come from and who we are living around, right? Who is amplifying our energy field here. they're saying that you've become too bonded to this very old, they're calling it primordial, okay, energy, and you're not completing your circuitry. You're very unique, and they empowered you as such. And you need to rededicate yourself to living as yourself. Okay? Yes, you are a part of a gear that moves things here in the world. But they're saying, right, there's also a rules-free energy within you that's not a part of this illusion reality, because there's possibilities that are endless of who you can be and what you can accomplish. And they're saying, right, there is the what if money was no object, okay, what would you do? Then do that, they're saying, and forget the money, okay? Start doing what you would do, and do it from the aspect that you will see what you need to see as you go about it. This is the beautiful energy of the hermit that we often forget, okay? The hermit has the light to see even in the darkness, right? And so they're saying that they're not calling you into pulling back your openness and your friendliness and your kindness to strangers, okay? But they're saying that there is potential within you that is not being networked with the right information sources. You're here almost like on a ministry, okay? And you're going to have a massive impact if you allow yourself to be called, right? And they're really showing me here, okay, the 2 to the 4. That aligns with the reading that I just finished for you that goes out tomorrow. So keep that in mind. But I don't remember if that was in the Patreon part or the regular part, but just keep that in mind. But what happens is you're letting the emotion be your authority. Okay? Emotional authority is not, you're being emotionally over perspective-y, they're saying. How do you want me to say that, Spirit? They're saying it's like an emotional limitation. Okay, Saturn. This is very aligned to the Saturn energy and not the Venus energy. Okay, where there's an awareness that you have feelings. But there's also an awareness that perhaps you haven't fully potentialized those feelings, person, place, or thing. Okay, you're like a diamond, and as you turn, right, the light shines differently, it looks different. You may not have clarity. Again, they're saying you may not have clarity beyond the awareness that you have a deep connection to someone through the solar plexus energy field. Okay, but they're saying you need to know that there's no clarity in the now. Like the hermit, you're just seeing glimpses. Okay, just follow the light. The light is the true creation of the universe. Everything is perceived because of light, right? What you see here on this video is because of light. What you see when you look at yourself is because of light. It's all the creation of everything. And as such, light reflects. Okay, it reflects. And reflections, right, are not necessarily energy. And so they're saying, listen to your aura, okay? your aura knows what's going on. Okay, the divine feminine energy here is activating the higher self, and working out of all of this. That doesn't mean that you are feminine. You could be masculine and you're activating your higher self. This is probably happening in both halves because there's a mirroring here. But it's going within. Okay, healing in separation. All right, and that takes time to rebirth. But once you do, okay, your mission is accomplished. And that's really what they are going through and they're asking you to do, okay? So I want you to take a deep breath here, okay? This feels like it's off. Probably because I have to change it tonight. But it really feels weird. Okay. But I want you to choose a number between 1 and 13. Okay? Alright? Let's see what Spirit has to say to you. Okay? Number 1. Okay? You're already on your path. And again, you are part of this emotional being here that is trying to seek clarity of your emotions rather than just finding flexibility in the darkness. Okay, they're telling you to charge ahead. Okay, you are going through this discovery phase. All right, perseverance. The 46 changing to the 29. A channel of commitment, accountability, and love of the body. One who loses themselves in engagements and undertakings only to emerge with discoveries that others may not have been committed enough to find. This channel also encompasses a love and trust for the temple of the body and the exaltation of form, right? Light turning into form in reality. Okay, the possibility. When following your sacral, right, remember? When following your sacral response, you might be prone to serendipity. There was a reader that came into my view that I've never heard of before, right? Because I do readings. YouTube thinks I want to see just readings all day long, and that's what they like push at me. That and you know, the science and geek stuff that I really am into. But she was talking about serendipity. It flashed to that, and I was walking on my treadmill maybe. But if you know who she is, post it down below, okay? I think it would have been an Aquarius reading maybe, okay? But you're undertaking and committing based on the guidance of identity, okay? Number 1, house 1, self, identity, Aries, okay? Mars. Okay, Aries is in Mars right now until July 5th. You're relying on that sacral center that is undefined based on all of the crap energy that you're letting tap in and amplify. It is a channel that has the energy to say yes to a project and follow through with it to completion. There is a deep love of the body within this channel and the great potential to surrender to the intelligence of the human form. It is helpful to understand the intelligence of sacral response within this channel when welding the power of profound commitment. Okay, what are you committing to? Look, I don't know if you can see that. There's a labyrinth. Okay, and this person is almost into the middle of the labyrinth. So what have you been trying to create? Okay, that's not getting there because of this amplification. Because there's this irritation here, this miscellaneous irritation keeping you in the in-between state. Okay, it's like a fly in the ointment. Okay, this mental business where you can't seem to get beyond it. Okay, and Spirit says the way to do this is just to sit down and reflect. Okay, who are you really? Are you this, or are you that reflection? Right? What are you? Are you the energy that you came here as, right? Or are you the energy that's being reflected all around you? Because if you resonate with number one, right? Okay, the energy, the electricity that you are processing right now is blocking your creative expression. And so Spirit is saying here, okay, get more flexible, stretch out of this, and discover these blockages and let them go. Okay? So I hope that that helped you, number one. Okay, number two, you're in your emotions. You're aware of your rebirth. You are leading with intention, okay, as you are moving through this rebirth. You understand that you are made of stardust. But the struggle here is you're stubborn. Okay, 28 moving to 38. Okay, the fighter and the risk taker. One who searches for and finds meaning in life through challenges. Those with the channel have propensity for challenges and risks, which eventually can lead to value and purpose, right? And you know that, you've seen that sometimes where you've created a challenge, you've created chaos, then you've grown, you've found more purpose in yourself, okay? However, what they're showing here is that you can exercise your body and your mind to alleviate the stress for the pressure to find your purpose and just be in your purpose. Okay, the 38th gate holds the energy of the fighter, which is paired with the 28th gate that governs the search for purpose and the fear of death. You don't want something to end, especially your own sense of ego identity. Okay. People with this channel fight stubbornly for what matters to them and to find purpose in their lives. This is one of those channels of there's almost a not being able to hear what others are telling you, trying to protect your ability to just prevent the absorption of all of that energy around you so it doesn't damage you, trying to preserve the function of your channel. But in that, you fight, okay? And look, it's like down in this hole, all right, where there's this energy of, right, like I'm trying to climb out of it. And so it pushes you into self-examination, the heron, which is one of my signs for the King of Cups, okay, ultimate love. You may have really worked on yourself to be impartial when it comes to love, but you review it over and over again, considering, right, being considerate about other people's not quite lining up with you, right? And they're saying that you know who, if the King of Cups is like the divine masculine energy, you know the divine feminine energy that needs to work with this. And it is a mothering. These are two very kind, nurturing energies. But a mother knows when to be stubborn and when they're actually blocking their baby birds from flying, okay? And that's part of the divine creativity of completing a cycle here for you, right? Very much, right? Materialistic Taurus energy, house 2, is judgment, cycles complete, okay? Allowing the transformation of everything to come and go and not trying to hold on to it. And as such, you just keep receiving more and more and more cosmic intelligence. But you can only do that if you release that struggle of, I have to have my purpose, because what if every little bit is leading to your purpose and you don't really need to know what it is, right? It's just going to keep coming in stardust and cycles and new, like, look, they're like all the lotuses, okay? All the new moons. It's just going to come in cycle after cycle after cycle. And so coming out of the fear of the night and having to protect your babies from predators, right? And just knowing that, again, because they're showing me, right, we have this bird walk, right? This, and the herons are up in the nests, okay, with their babies. And there's a lot of crows here, and eagles and blue jays, and sometimes some of these aggressive birds come and try to take over these nests. Don't try to hold on to what's not important. Hold on to what is important. Okay, self-examine, but not to the extreme. Okay, because that leads to self-doubt. And that will not get you to that completion of your mission. All right? So I hope that helped you. Okay, number 3. Right? You are not grounded. You are not in the cosmos. You are here in the middle realm. Okay? It's time to surrender and clear out. I feel like you're holding on to where you were supposed to be, what was supposed to be said. Why did I think this way, right? Why this soulmate? Okay? They're like, just surrender to being in the human experience, and that there's potential, and that there are things that have been created, and there are things that you don't even know that are possibilities that are being created. Okay? And just allow your soul tribe in. Okay? Community. 37 to 40, changing to 40. This is the joining, right? Are you allowing friendship? Are you completing friendships? Are you controlling things? Are you in aloneness? All right. Those with this channel are beings who search for their role in a greater whole, right? I'm looking for my 2. The 2 gates that make up the channel are about wanting to work alone and to work within a greater family community. And I resonate with that. I am a double Lilith Gemini. Okay, and my life experience hand shows that I don't want to be close to anyone. And my soul experience hand, right, using the Andean shamanic palmistry technique, shows that that's all I want is closeness, right? So I understand that feeling where you may, right, communicate too much, not communicate enough, right? Because you're always trying to come into this balance of the twos, right? Because if you get a 2 of Cups and a 2 of Swords, okay, versus a 2 of Cups and a 2 of Wands, right? It's very different. Those with this channel, right, carefully create and enter into contracts, soul contracts, bargains, deals that produce interconnectedness. This channel naturally bonds communities together through understanding needs and creating contracts, engagements, or agreements to support those needs. Need is an essential aspect of this channel. Those with this channel recognize their needs, the needs of others, what the community needs, okay, and they create circumstances by agreeing to take on these contracts that can build relationships in order to weave a web of interconnected community. But that doesn't always mean that it's for your best interest, right? Because look, we have the 2 being pulled apart. Okay. There's work to be done here. The darkening of the light, getting into the shadow, into your emotions, your moon, your yielding, okay, the subconscious, your crayfish. Again, the crayfish is kind of like shielded, right? Where are you in your emotions, but shielding from your emotions, right? There's a very polarity here in your energy within yourself, where you push things away and then you try to pull them forward, and you have the ability for that magnetic connection, but you may be taking on too many other soul contracts getting in the way. Spirit is really asking you to listen to the spiritual guidance that's being given to you. Okay. Listen to the oneness. Listen to your higher knowing, your messengers. Right? They're really trying to give you messages, but look, I mean, this sun is cold as ice. You have not been accepting the communication, right? 3rd house, Gemini. That means you need to clear out karmic soul contracts, okay? And come into your Kundalini activation. You may want to revisit, okay, your Kundalini soul path reading and really figure out, why am I being pulled apart? Why am I letting these soul contracts get me off track? Okay, so I hope that that helps you. Number 3. Okay, number 4. I love that this comes out as number 4. Okay, the Emperor, trying to control things, trying to move mountains so that you can be there at that Aurora Borealis, right? Relinquish control. Okay, it's not helping you. Okay, we've got the 19 to the 49. Okay, the synthesis here of your sensitivity. Moving from sensitivity to principle, right? Like, you are like, I've completed a cycle. I controlled that cycle and I completed it. And now I'm rebirthing. Okay, right? You're like, I sure am. But are you just controlling it, right? Like, they're reminding me of when I had my daughter and I've got all these allergies, and especially latex allergies and stuff. And I mean, I had a birthing plan that was like a master class. And guess what? most of it was poo-pooed. Most of them nobody read it. Okay, I had to like, I went through all this stress trying to control things. My husband didn't sleep, right? Or we didn't communicate well with people because we were angry and tired. And we got home and he was out. And then here I was, I had a C-section, couldn't really walk much, had a baby that was screaming the whole night. It was a nightmare, right? So my control of this birthing process did not work, all right? This channel contains deep sensitivity in the arenas of touch, nature, spirituality, tribal bonds, and resources. And they said in my head, it's not on here, but they said attachments, okay? This is an awareness of the interconnectedness of those in the tribe and nature, who belong and who don't. Marriages or divorce, sacrifice or resolution. This channel is deeply sensual, spiritual, and connected to the nature and animal realms, right? So you may do some of the shamanic work with animal totems, just really love nature, like to hike, okay? The perception is also about sensitivity to the need of the community, such as safety, food, emotional support, and touch. As one of these mystical channels, the 19th turning to the 49 has a deep connection to spirituality, right? You're probably a healer, whether you know it or not. This channel is based around touch, okay? Your love language, the needs of the tribe, okay? Massage therapists, right? Missing hugs, right? After the last couple of years. And communication with the natural realms. In this channel can be found an ancient bond between nature and the human realm. And it's interesting because this is the foundation, 4 is the foundation of Cancer, right? And the crab, right, can go into the emotions and they can come out of the emotions, right? There's a beautiful duality here within you. I feel like when you give up that control of determining where you have to be, okay? Because you get in between those two and you withdraw like the groundhog, right? People are like, come on out, we want to see when spring's coming, and you're like, F off, right? I control things. And so you retreat and you cause this pause and you feel hurt because you're very sensitive, and then you have to recuperate from all of these wounds, okay? Partially because you are a dreamer, okay? You could be having a lot of air in your chart. You want to run the boat yourself, right? This is ego, being like, I don't need a navigator. I don't need a spiritual navigator, and I don't need my soul purpose. I got this, right? But you have 0 oars. You have no map. You have nobody telling you where you're actually supposed to go. And they're singing to me, right? You say you're a dreamer, but you're not the only one. Instead of trying to fit into this dark, emotionally wounded space, what if you choose ease and grace instead and follow the path of least resistance for yourself? Okay? Because, I mean, look at what you're putting out here. If you are aligned to the house of Cancer, which is emotions, and you're flooding out fire, right? That's not a good mixture, right? They're showing me the underwater volcano that I wrote about, and then we just had that happen this year in Tonga. So that's not a good way of connecting, right? the mountains. If you try to control them, bringing them together, those plates. And then there is an eruption. All right. And that eruption creates, when that lava hits the water, it creates glass. And it creates like deathly consequences. And they're saying that you need to really work on this idea of, right, don't really hide from what you're birthing here, and allow yourself to be created into, right, like she's standing on top of the water. You're not wanting to go into your emotions. I mean, look at all this. This is supposed to be water, right? But standing on top of the water, all the fire, standing in the boat. Okay, this is withdrawing from your true emotions. How about if you let your emotions come in and just let it be ease and grace? Okay. I hope that helped you. All right, so number 5, right? You're trying to pause and stretch and understand things, looking at the emotions from an aspect where, from a cold, sort of cold heart. They're like cold-hearted woman, okay? Just telling the sun, just pause for a minute. I don't want you to melt anything. I need this divine connection to be cold, okay? And now they're singing in my head, you're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love, all right? This is the 18 to the 58, judgment. Insatiability. From vitality to correction. Yeah, there's this energy of, I'm going to correct my posture, I'm going to correct my pose, I'm going to correct right things, and then I'm going to make a choice. Okay? This channel is pairing of the gate of joy and the gate of connection to stand up for the higher values and integrity. And I love that it says that, and look, you're not really standing up there. Okay? The qualities of these two gates create a channel that seeks to address what is misaligned and help others fully enjoy life as themselves. They are designed to call out leaders, authorities, and structures that are causing rot, interesting choice of words, instead of purpose and joy. I'm really being drawn to the earth energy there. This channel can act as a guardian of the joyful life. Those with this channel are equipped with the energy of judgment to identify what is not healthy or appropriate in order to connect what is causing unease. Finding integrity and perfection, right? You're trying to outfit society into this perfect little box, which it doesn't fit in. The key is recognizing when that perfecting insight is invited and is ready to be heard. Okay? Yeah, there's this activation energy where you're trying to use your solar plexus energy, your deep connections, almost in a way as a smoke screen of your own inner sensuality. And in such, you are not allowing these two to come together into their pure golden ratio, okay? Which could just be your life path and your soul path. Okay, again, you're like, I'm going to deliver, I'm going to fix things. Okay, you might be like, I fix people. Well, no, you can't fix people, you can only fix yourself. But you might not want to work on your own self-esteem level, your own energy of your own divine masculine. You may struggle with, right, because we are looking at the expression of Leo, okay? That's not letting Leo be expressive. That's not letting the masculine be creating, right? And you may have these feelings of lack, and I don't have enough, and right, I'm not where I want to be in my career, okay? And so you may be overconfident instead of being serene, okay, and accepting others, right? You do you, I'll do me. I'm going to still go after what I feel like needs to be done to correct inequality, but I'm going to do it in the way that feels healthy and not in the way that stresses me out and causes anxiety and cortisol and everything else, right? Because you have the ability here to take the actions to actually manifest beautiful connections. Okay, magician. Beautiful friendships, beautiful connections. Okay, that Leo expression, helping things to grow, right? Really bringing that feminine energy alive. And I feel like you are kind of a little bit afraid of that because you know the power that you hold. You're afraid, some of you are afraid of success. Okay, it goes back perhaps lifetimes to having to hold too much responsibility. Could even go back to your childhood this time, right? Again, judgment. 10-10 comes to 20. 20 again is judgment, right? But we've got also the 2 with the High Priestess. Your consciousness is expanding. And you've awakened that wish within yourself. I don't see how you can stop it. But one of the ways that we stop it in life is that we wish things to be gone, right? And I feel like that's an energetic reason why people start losing their memories, right? Because they don't want that conscious awareness, right? My mother never wanted to have her spiritual gift, and she struggles with remembering things from day to day. So I feel like this is, right, again, it's a wake-up call to allow that sun, that Leo energy to be expressive for you, okay? Which could be very, very important going into the 8-8 portal, all right? Very important to understand that you have some beautiful gifts, okay? And again, that's a 12, which breaks down to a 3. 3 is the Empress. There's the Sun, which is the Emperor, right? Like, your feminine side may be trying to activate its higher self, but what aspect of healing of the connection are you perhaps not taking on? Okay, I hope that helps. So number 6, okay, letting your power rise, okay, blooming all around you, beautiful, beautiful blessings, right? I'm loving this energy, really in tune with your body. Okay, 35 to 36, transitoriness, versatility, from crisis to change, okay? You're not taking giant steps, you're taking a baby leap. But you're like, I'm not going to be in chaos anymore. I'm taking a baby leap into some change, okay? A traveler on an emotional journey towards wisdom. This channel pushes one to have new experiences, and with that comes acceptance and maturity of their life's turbulent and transitory nature. This accrued dynamic and experimental wisdom can eventually be shared in order to teach others. The Jack of all trades channel is one of the only two connections between the throat's manifestation power and the emotional center's passion. This channel pushes those who have it into new and unfamiliar situations. Because of this constant pushing into new emotional territories, those with this channel become adept in many areas of life and experience of the turbulent subconscious. The wisdom and humanity gained through their emotional journeys has direct access to the throat to be shared. Okay, so you may be becoming a teacher, okay? You're walking the path of, right? I've worked with my shadow. I'm ready to share that with others. And you have worked with challenges, okay? And perhaps even challenges on like aspects with you. But you've gained freedom, or you're seeking freedom. Here is the eagle. You see freedom ahead of you. And you are honoring this liberation. You're honoring your spirit and where it's going, because it's going to complete a cycle, okay? Everything, all this knowledge that you're gaining is going to lead you to a lot of abundance, right? This knowledge that you have, this, again, this power that's rising in you, there's all of this abundance that's coming, there's all this growth that's coming, there's all of this beautiful ability that you have to teach and grow and sustain yourself. And it's because of the chaos that you came through and you changed. You said, no, I'm done. I'm changing. Okay? Despite adversity, despite the challenge, I'm ending a cycle and I am changing, which is a really, really beautiful energy. Okay? Again, we've got the 10 here. We've got 10, 10 here. Okay? You're practicing self-love. You're nurturing your inner child like an empress, mother to child. Okay? And what I really love here, again, is that this is 6. This is the body, right? This is Virgo, where it's like you are really allowing your body to no longer be in judgment, to no longer keep those inner wounds from keeping you from being aligned in that really creative DNA of possibilities. Like you're like, what else is possible? Okay, which is a very, very beautiful energy. Again, versatility. Even the sun is golden, right? So 6, you're growing some amazing stuff here. And your throat chakra is flowing and your abundance is growing. And there's a lot of blessings coming from this. And I love that. You've gotten the best reading so far. So keep it going, okay? I hope that helped you. Number 7, all right? You are inviting beauty. You're letting the sun come in. You're like, okay, I'd like to grow like you do. Okay? I'd like to have some fire like you do. But I want it to come from a very sustainable energy here, right? So you're inviting beauty all around you to come from this heat, which I really like, okay? 42 to 53, maturation, development, beginnings to growing. Okay, so again, you could have had a beginning of a very divine connection, place, person, thing, right? And now it's going to start growing and you're ready to grow into that. And this channel, right, is about development. It's about living through cyclic experiences that, once fully complete, bring about maturing. Fully completed, each major life cycle can be career, relationships, health, journeys, or any significant commitment. It brings clarity and fulfillment. Okay, working to eliminate expectations about each cycle, helping to deepen the satisfaction within your cycles. This channel encompasses all aspects of the cyclic process, right? Which means that it's encompassing both the new creation and the release of the karmic lessons. All right. This channel encompasses all aspects of the cyclic process, the pressure to begin the growth processes, and the need to end a cycle in order to begin new growth. Like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly, or an oak tree growing slowly and steadily, this channel promotes all aspects of the life cycle in its gradual order and timing. As with the sacral channel, right, which you're really working on here, it is helpful to listen to the energy response in order to know when to initiate or end cycles. And I love that we have, right, it's like these double squares with this very sacred energy, which could be female, could be male, could be any, right? It's just light. And that light is the possibility of creation. So, the marrying maiden, you're working at your foundation, right? You're growing, and this is probably going to grow into a marriage for you, or attract a marriage if you are not with somebody yet. You're building, you're achieving, you're driving forward. The beaver's energy here, that's really, really beautiful. And this is work that you're doing on yourself, right? And I love that it comes out with the divine feminine energy here, okay? And this is House 7, relationships, Libra, okay? Empress energy. And whether you're a male or female, I said, right? The feminine inside of us is activating the higher self. And as it's doing it, right, all these different chakras are awakening within. So it's a really beautiful energy that it's creating these deep roots that are going to pull in all these different beautiful aspects of a mature life, no matter what your age. And you're going beyond the illusion, right? I love this 6-6. You've changed your perception. You've become very intuitive, very understanding that everything leads to a point, and that you are just ready to be open to this. And as such, you're taking away those expectations, which is why you're open to heal. You've gone within, you've healed things. Mission accomplished, right? Now you're ready for that real, beautiful, amazing relationship. Okay? Whether this is the career of your choice, having a child that you've always dreamed of having, right? Getting married. It's all on the table for you because you've kind of risen above. All right? So, very beautiful energy there, 7. Okay, I hope that helped you. All right, 8. You're trying to overcome the weaknesses here. You're like, my emotions make me weak. But it's the fact that you are limiting your emotions, okay? Instead of expanding your emotions, I feel like that's actually creating the weakness here. Because we've got emoting. 55 changing to 39, moodiness. This is provocation to spirit. a quality of provoking others in order to reveal their spirit and understand them. I resonate with that. That's me, right? Like my higher self is total Scorpio energy. Death and sex, and that's where we're at, is number 8, right? Too funny. Okay, Oliver, go lay down. I'm not ready. Okay, he's like, but I am, Mommy. Those with this channel are heavily affected by moods that can bounce between passion and melancholy. Listening to moods helps guide how and when to provoke the playful with others into revealing emotional creative spirit. As an emotional channel, the 55 to the 39 has an intelligence built into its mood swings. The vacillation between melancholy, down periods, and creative freedom periods is part of the energy of provocation, which evokes a reaction in others. Their ability to provoke can push and play with others to help break open creative freedom. This is one of the 3 channels where you're not listening to others, okay? This is one of the 3 channels where you are protected by an ability to not absorb those damaging informations of others in order to preserve the function of this channel, the provocation of creative spirit, right? You dig into your shadows and you dig into your higher self, and sometimes that works out and sometimes it doesn't work out the way you planned, but you're like, oh, but it's going to work out anyway, right? And I kind of like that about you, but 69, which is kind of funny, right? Because that's a 15, that's devil energy. And you're like, I'm an independent cat, right? You like your solitude. You like to be non-judgmental. You like to be non-committal. You may want it, but sometimes when you get it, you push it away in order to just grow some more, right? And union was in reverse. I'm not going to take it in reverse, but that's what you really want. Okay, you really want that divine partnering, but you keep pushing it in different ways in order to keep growing. Okay, and it could be that it's a friendship and it hasn't offered you what you wanted, and so you're like, fine, I'm independent, right? Like, I'm independent, bitches. But you're ready to surrender. And if you do go through this dark night of the soul and you surrender to the peace that you can have when you don't push someone away, I feel like you're going to have a pretty magical new start. Okay? But you have to decide, are my emotions a weakness? Are my emotions actually limiting me? Or am I limiting me by creating, you're not emotionally responding to me, so I'm going to do something to force an emotional response that might not really be the one I want. Okay? So, something to remember there, right? You may not have been getting the sensual connection you wanted with someone, and so you may have been like, right? And that may be a continued process that you are going through. Might be reflected in childhood or past life energies that you could work through in soul retrieval. All right? So I hope that helped you. Oliver, are you eavesdropping on number 8? I think he's eavesdropping. Yes. All right. Number 9. Okay? Express yourself, especially in terms of the divine. I don't think you're going to want to be here. It's hot. Mommy's sticking to the chair. Come on. I don't think you really want to be here. Do you want to say hello? Oh, hello. Oscar wants to kiss me too. Hello. All the love. Oh my goodness. Number 9, you're getting all the love. Okay? You're expressing yourself to the present, the past, the future, right? You're working through that which has limited you. You want to expand your abilities here, okay? You want to understand yourself better. And I love that because it comes out with the exploration, okay? 34 to the 10, right? That's a complete cycle. That's doing the work to complete the cycle, okay? Power to behavior of self. This channel follows a path of personal conviction despite interference. By making decisions through their sacral response, those with this channel can live their personal direction and desires authentically. They may discover multitudes of self-love and awareness along this path, which may attract a great deal of attention, be it positive or negative. As with all sacral channels, this channel must honor and follow its sacral responses to access its energy, intelligence, potential. In layman's terms, they must follow what energizes them and recognize what does not. Okay, and that's what I feel like you're doing. Those with this channel are incredibly stubborn when it comes to their behavior. The 10th gate is empowered directly by the sacral fuel, providing energy in what one ultimately decides to do, right? So you're looking at the past, you're thinking about the future, you're looking at the present. What do I want to do? And regardless, you're either going to end a cycle or you're going to repeat a cycle. And you kind of understand that, right? So you might be kind of hermit mode, waiting, right? Doing the work, stillness, the mantis, looking at the mountain, okay? Or standing on top of the mountain, looking at all directions. Which way do I go? Do I go backwards? Do I go forwards? Okay? There's a little bit of a tranquility in that energy, a little bit of a peace in that energy, kind of sitting with it in that power to choose, which is really quite beautiful. But what we don't see when we're on the mountain, and that's why you're really trying to see the future, is you can't see the potential of what is below. Okay? You may see a tiny little sprout that's growing, and it may have the deepest roots that you've ever seen. So I feel like the big thing here is for you to, maybe what you need to do is, again, just follow that energy without expectations, and learn that when you do find something that lights you up, that there will be potential under the surface, okay? Because if you follow your path, angel number 33, you increase your frequency, you increase your potential even more, and you just keep getting more and more higher consciousness awareness here. So this is really telling you, I feel like, to get rid of the expectations, right? This is house 9, expansion, Sagittarius, Pluto, they're showing me, right? Personal revolution. You don't have to start a war if you just follow what feels right. Okay? So I hope that that helps you, number 9. Okay, number 10. Worthy of abundance. Okay? You can feel what's coming towards you. You are very spiritually aligned, right? And I feel like what's coming to you is something that has never been experienced by you or perhaps anyone in your family. Okay? It's a very, very beautiful energy. I'm really loving it. Okay? It's very celestial. From the 10 to the 57th, okay? Perfected form. And I love that because we're going from potential to form. So if they're telling you that whatever is coming is protected, it's yours, okay? Survival, intuition, and self. This is an energy energy I'm feeling right off the bat of overcoming your primal fight or flight brain, okay? That neocortex that I always talk about, okay? That is a chemical reaction to our wounds. An ancient primal awareness that uses spontaneous action to address anything out of balance in their environment. Those with this channel have an awareness of both the form of the self and the form of their environment. Together they have an awareness of behavior of the self surviving within the environment. When operating out of intuitive response, their fears dissipate. Holders of this channel have an instinctual ability to react quickly, which can attract attention and interest. This is the only channel in the splenic intuition that is connected to the identity G center. Here, existential intuition and self-love are in direct communication, providing those with this channel a heightened sense of awareness in their environment as well as in themselves. Okay? And I love, look, right? The warrior here is like, I know I'm protected. Okay? And so when you tune into that intuition, you don't have to fight, right? You just morph and change and adapt. And I love this, right? Because even before you complete each cycle, you already feel yourself changing, right? And it comes to you in dreams. The lizard, the bardos, the actualization of what your thoughts are, right? You're a manifester, but you feel change before it happens. But I feel like the purpose here is to remind you to not fear change. Just because you feel change, don't fear change, okay? Because you've already risen like the phoenix here out of whatever your past was, and you've got all of the eyes of the eagle, the condor, the east, the new beginnings. That's what you tap into before they ever come. You know what's coming, okay? Acknowledge that. Take that responsibility by allowing yourself to believe that this that is meant for you is coming. It's about you learning to stop fearing the next phase, okay? And in part, this is the 10th house, okay? It's public, it's Capricorn, right? There's a little bit of death in there. There's a little bit of fear of people seeing you screw up and make mistakes and, you know, being judged, being looked at differently. And they're saying you are a highly existential, I can't say it with my Invisalign, spiritual, intuitive being. And that's a gift. Because when somebody tries to yank on your tail, right, when you're going through this portal to this next phase of your life, completing a cycle, it doesn't matter. Because that part of you will regenerate, will grow back. Nobody can take anything from you that's yours. It remains yours. And it will come back to you. And they're asking you to acknowledge that and to continue to move forward. Okay? So that is a very beautiful energy. I hope that that helped you, 10. Okay, 11. Closing a door opens a new beginning. And it may have happened under the strawberry moon for you, but it's an energy to tell you that you are protected here. Okay, rose quartz, you are protected by this energy. And even under the energy of night, under the moon, I'm even getting, for someone, this is not for everyone, but if you put out a protective order or you've manifested a like protective energy, They're like, it's yours. Don't worry. You're protected. You're under the bell. Okay? Because we've got 56 to 11 curiosity searcher. Okay? Ideas to stimulation. I do feel in part of this, right? You may have somebody who wants to know everything that's going on in your life. But you've got all these really great ideas and you don't want people to be tapping into them. Okay? Again, they're protected. But the quality of this energy with you is that you're a communicator, right? You're a communicator who teaches through the art of storytelling. So when you shut down and you don't speak your truth, or somebody's been making you shut down and not speak your truth, you're not living your purpose. My shamanic teacher is a storyteller, and he was not allowed to tell stories as a child, right? That defeats your purpose here. Those with this channel use their experiences to weave emotional antidotes, tales, beliefs, ideas, and visionary thoughts. Their stories, songs, and narratives share their ideas so that other human beings might learn and grow. Okay? The channel of the storyteller isn't about facts. The storyteller is translating emotion and beliefs from past experiences and abstract thought processes into language that can touch and inspire others. So you could be a tarot reader. You could be somebody that's a channeler as well. Okay, you could be a writer, write fiction, write poetry. Learning and development can arise from the communication of shared ideas with others. And I love this because this is, right, the shaman, the musician, okay, very beautiful energy of searching and providing and teaching, okay? And you are being born into this energy of bringing the secrets of other realms to people. Okay, there's a rebirth here, and for some of you, you're being called to work with the divine masculine energy. Okay, fellowship with men. You are a secret keeper, a lynx, and there's a solitude here within you of listening to others, taking their history and showcasing it in a very different way. And they're showing me here, right, you could be working with divine partnerships, okay? You could be coaching those in twin flame journeys, okay? They're showing me the 1111 could be in that energy, and that's opening all of this like channel of downloads to you, okay? Because again, you could be a Reiki worker, but you've been guarded perhaps about your beautiful gift here, but the energy is all around you and you can't help it. But energy is sticky, and if you're not clearing yourself, if you're not working your soul purpose, you're going to get ill with energy. You're going to get energy sick because people's negative energy is crap, okay? And we've got the divine masculine here. Here's the divine feminine, okay? 8-8. Again, I feel like you might feel like you're guarded against a divine connection or working with, okay, divine masculine, divine feminine to end old cycles. 13 and 8, right, is 21. That's the world. You've got a very beautiful energy. And this is the 11. This is collective. This is Aquarius energy, right? This is people's wishes, their stars. This is you understanding, be able, maybe you're an astrologer, okay? You're able to look at the stars and see things. This is really saying here, right? You have a very divine purpose, and you can help so many people. But you have to close the door on worrying about what other people are going to think about you. And just be in that energy and know that you are protected. Okay? So, I hope that that helps you, 11. Okay? Number 12. Your challenge is to embrace your sensuality. okay? You may be hiding your feminine energy, okay? Your soft heart behind a masculine forefront, okay? That could mean that maybe you are gender fluid, or maybe you might think that you are attracted to same sex or transgender. That's not for everyone, but it could be that maybe you are a feminine who wants to be like, I want to control this, I want to dominate you once in a while, right? Take it how it resonates for you, okay? Because you've got the 32 to the 54 transformation, driven. You are drive and continuity, okay? One who pushes themselves and uses paced endurance to succeed in achieving recognition and self-worth. So you could be a physical athlete, okay? Ambition drives the ability to pick yourself up, continue moving up the ladder, and transform. Well, the description of this channel can evoke imagery of businessmen climbing the corporate ladder. This channel has more to do with first striving for personal growth and material security, then transforming in order to uplift others once they have established themselves. Those with this channel will first aspire for themselves, then to help others behind them. Okay, this reminds me kind of like of a Tony Robbins sort of an energy, but on the surface, because some of his shit is pretty caustic on the other side, but that kind of an energy that people would understand and resonate with, right? Okay, the union of strong endurance from the 32nd gate with a drive to work from the 54th gate is a powerful combination, right? 32-5, overcoming challenges. 54-9, working on yourself. Okay, powerful combination for forward movement. This can be found in any pursuit from yoga to investment banking. And maybe you're hiding because of your body. You want to teach yoga and you're like, oh, nobody would let me teach yoga. Why not? Okay. Preponderance of the small. Okay, you've got a big personality and you're letting the law of the land, okay, tell you that you are not, okay? It's time for you to correct this, to not worry about your virtue, to not worry about the community, to go beyond, all right, to consider yourself. Look, death, okay? Letting the old paradigm be done, okay? This is, again, masculine energy. Not determined that masculine means this, okay? Let yourself flow that you are both energies, okay? And just be in an open heart. 9-9, right? Set loving boundaries. Be who you are. Go after what you want, because you have an ability to shape people's lives. Okay? And this is 12. Okay? Or no, not 12. This is 13. Is this 12? Yeah, this is 12. Okay, so this is completion. This is yin and yang, Pisces energy. Okay, so you're being asked really to complete this purpose, to transform yourself, to not worry what people think about you, to allow yourself to share the messages that you feel you need to share, but not let people shit, right? Set the boundary. Your shit does not stick on me. You don't decide who I am or what I'm going to be, because I'm not going to be playing small. Okay? Because I have big goals, big dreams, big purpose. And I feel like that's very important. And it's important because there's a big cycle that you're completing through this. And I feel like it is a culmination of many different, it's almost like multi-dimensional, okay, like the multiverse. And by doing this, right, you're planting this brand new energy to move into the very next dimensional space, right, which will be perhaps your next life, which is very beautiful. All right, so I hope that that helps you, and I hope that you guys have a beautiful week. Okay, 13, you've made the decision to move forward and that you are magic. You're like, I am magic, I am a goddess, I am a god, I am beautiful. Okay, and by thinking such, people are starting to take notice. Okay, 30 to 41, recognition, feelings, contractions and feelings. Okay, the hard part was, the challenge was the birth, going through the birthing process. Okay, now you're in a creative mode. This channel holds a deep yearning to take in life through experience. Wishes, dreams, and fantasies, often with sexual overtones, can cause restlessness and strong expectations. With the 30 to 41 channel, it is an enormous desire and expectation to experience and explore all things and people. Enjoying dreams and experiences without expectation brings about a greater sense of fulfillment. This channel is connected to the emotional center, and therefore its intelligence lies within the ups and downs of the emotional wave. The key to living with the depth and desire latent in this channel is understanding and being aware of how much expectation and appetite it creates. Very Venus sort of an energy, right? Actively working to manage expectations and realizations of fantasies will ease the pressure to make all wishes and desires come true while identifying which desires are worth pursuing. Saturn and Venus, secret friends, okay? I love this. And again, you may be like, oh, nobody knows we're secret friends, and yet everybody knows, okay? The obstruction here is that you're like, no, this has been a trickster all along, right? 13 is Ophiuchus. That's your Chiron. That's your inner wound, okay? Your wounded warrior. This was an energy, person, place, or thing that surprised the shit out of you. And it opened you up to playfulness and humor. And then you were like, no, this is a trick. Block, right? But you recognized this energy, and this energy recognized you, despite you putting it all under the moon, right? And it wasn't just one-sided. This is both sides. Manifested this, saw it, reflected on it, and then said, nope, wounded, right? But I feel like you kind of had an overcoming here, right? In one way, you've chosen yourself. You've chosen to grow yourself here in different arenas. But as such, could be blossoming this friendship here, again, between Saturn and Venus, right? And keep following the signs, because you're getting some very mystical messages as you're going through this cycle. This is a big cycle for you, okay? And this is, again, Ophiuchus energy, 13 here. It's the life container, okay? The ascended path. And I do feel like here, right, you're doing a lot of work, and a lot of it has to do with patience. But it is something you've recognized here, and if it's worth pursuing, I think Spirit's telling you to pursue it, okay? So I hope that helped you, okay? So, I hope that you guys all have a beautiful week. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I am putting out the forecasts, and I will see you there. All right? Bye.